YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Lucky Man Survival. So today we're going to be talking about the tiers of EDC. Now, just to go over what those are, the first one is going to be your on-body EDC. Now, the best way I can explain this to you is if you were in the bathroom, putting on makeup, or, taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, what you have on you is your Tier 1 EDC. Now, the second one is going to be a bag of some kind. For some ladies, it might be a purse. For guys, it may be a fanny pack or a small satchel pack like the one that I carry. But this is going to be something that's usually near you on a day-to-day basis, but has just a little bit more capability than your Tier 1. Then, my Tier 3 is going to be my Bugout bag. This should be in the near proximity to you, or for some people who stage them at their home, they may have a get-home bag that's in their vehicle. Now that brings us to Tier 4, which is going to be your vehicle EDC. What do you carry in your vehicle that can assist you and give you more capability while you're away from home? Then the final tier, which is Tier 5, is your home preps and your land. Now, we are going to be going over all these today, but I'm not going to be going deep diving into them, just kind of giving you a general overview of what you should have on you and kind of giving you a general overview of what you should have, what you can expect from each of these items, and how you can improve your tiers over time. So the first one we're going to go over is going to be your on-body EDC. Now again, like I said, if you were in the bathroom, this should be on you. So I do not count purses as this. I do not count fanny packs. I don't count backpacks. This is what you have in your pockets, around your waistline, and on your person. So for me, every day, I'm going to wear a hat. It's sunny outside. I'm pretty fair-skinned, so that's okay to have that. And as you guys know, I'm balding, so freaking mint on that one. Now, the second thing I'm going to have is going to be a good pair of sunglasses. Now, these ones are ballistic-rated sunglasses. You can get these at just about any sporting goods stores or hunting stores. They're about $25. Not too bad. Now, the next item that I always carry on me every single day, no matter where I am, whether I'm at work or at home, I'm going to have a firearm. Now, this one is the PSA Dagger, chambered in 9mm. Yes, it does not have a red dot on it right now. I am currently in the process of swapping out the main optics on this, but I just wanted to have this to kind of give you a general overview of having some sort of self-defense option on you. Now, the next item is going to be, for me at least, it's going to be a spare magazine. Now, I just kind of grabbed one of my old clips, but, this fits most of my double-stack 9mm magazines. It's super easy, it's not too cumbersome, and it's something that I can carry on me on a day-to-day basis. Now, the next item, just going a little bit more basic, it's going to be something like a cell phone. I don't care what you use. Unless you use an iPhone, then you're a terrible person, but that's okay. Now, the next thing that I keep on me on a day-to-day basis is going to be a lighter of some form. I usually prefer Zippos around the winter time because when it's super cold outside, Bic lighters tend to have a problem with sparking. So I usually go with something like either a Zippo or an electric lighter. Now, of course, like everyone else, I have a wallet on me, and I have some form of blade. This is the Gerber Auto. This one's a great knife. I usually upgrade sizes as it gets into the colder months because I have ways to conceal it a little better on my jackets or maybe an overlaid shirt. Now, like I've told you guys before, I always carry a flashlight and a way to start fire. Now, this is a little extreme for some people. Some people just have their car keys, wallet, and phone, and that's fine. But if that's your Tier 1, then that's your Tier 1. For me, I usually try to improve my capabilities on a day-to-day basis. I also carry a smartwatch as well. Usually have just a little bit of jewelry on, maybe some earrings or, my wedding band, things like that. But for the most part, it's what you have on you. Now, I do usually carry a defensive blade as well. So I have the K-Bar Tactical. Absolutely love this knife. I think the only other one that I'd probably carry more than this would probably be the War Poet Clinch Pick. Absolutely love those guys down at Warrior Poet Society. So there are some options out there. Now, this is a general Tier 1. Some people might have a little less. Some people carry even more. Some people might have a multi-tool. Some people might carry things like, I don't know, a screwdriver kit. You never really know. It's depending on your personal preference and what you go through each day. Now, moving on to tier 2 is going to be a bag that you keep with you. Now, this for me specifically is a EDC and a medical bag. I have shown this on the channel a couple times, but inside of here is just more capability. I have headlamps, I have gloves, I have medical equipment. I'm not going to go through this too crazy, but just to kind of show you guys what I keep in here. So I do have things like a little EDC pouch, little lights, a compass. So I do have, this is like a mini survival kit to me. Now the reason why I carry this on me on a day-to-day basis is because I don't want to have to carry around a huge bag like my Bugout bag, but I do want to have a little bit more extra capability. Now this with me will always be in my car, or if I'm going into a store, I do have this on me. Now, that is going to be kind of however you decide to do it. For me, I'm going to add some medical. I'm going to probably add maybe some Tylenol, ibuprofen, maybe some eye drops, anything like that. Things that you don't want to carry around and make your pockets all bulky, but you can still use them for general purpose. Now, that moves us on to tier 3. Now, for me, a good tier 3 is always going to be your Bugout bag. Now, for me, I always carry my get home bag. This is always in my car. Now, I have gone through this in the channel, and Parker has also gone through it as well to kind of show you guys what I keep in it. But this has much more capability. This actually has food, shelter, ways to start fire, basically anything I might need, even spare magazines, stuff like that. This has much more capability than your average backpack. Now, to kind of progress off of that, this will go in my vehicle, but this is not a part of my vehicle because I can swap it from car to car. I could carry it on me if I'm going camping or fishing or something like that. I don't always have to have this in the car. That brings me to tier 4, which is going to be your vehicle. Now, a lot of people have very plain Jane vehicles, which is totally okay, but I always try to add some extra stuff to it. A tire kit, a way to add air to your tires. You might want to add things like maybe some blankets, maybe some food, some water. Now, for some people, they may go all out. Now, one channel that I'm just going to mention is the Sensible Prepper channel. He always talks about having like a go bag / war kit in his vehicle. So he might have a rifle, he might have some spare magazines, he may have a full plate carrier. If that is, whatever floats your boat. But for me, I don't usually do that. Only reason why is because where I'm at, the safety level in the town I live in is a little bit more on the rarity side. So usually a handgun is going to do good for me. But for people who may live in places like bigger cities, or if you live maybe somewhere where you may run into riots, especially during like the BLM riots or anything like that, having some extra capability in a rifle might not be too bad of an idea. For me, I don't do that, but I do know some people who do that out here. So it's totally okay, but that is just a way to think about things you want to add to your truck or your vehicle EDC. Now, the final tier is going to be your home preps. I shouldn't have to go too much into detail with this, but that is going to be where you store the majority of your food, your medical, your ammunition, your firearms, your clothing, your shelter, your ways to keep warm, your ways to cook. Basically anything that you would do for preparedness or prepping, that's going to be at your home. That's your home base. You should not have near the capability in your other tiers as you do in your home. Your home is your fortress. So you need to make sure that what you have there is going to be able to tide you and your family over. This is more for individual use. That pack is specific to me. The firearm, only one person can shoot a firearm at a time. When it comes to the bag, this is designated to me. Same thing with your vehicle. If you share a vehicle with your significant other, that might be something you can do as well. But for the most part, all the other tiers are personal to you. Tier 5, on the other hand, in your home, that's going to be very regulated to your family's needs. So just to kind of take into account, that is going to be the primary place you keep most of your preps. Some people might have a bug out location, which is still part of Tier 5. Same thing with your land. If you are a homesteader, or if you are someone who actually has a bit of land, you might have some animals on it, this place is going to be your priority to focus on. Now, I always tell people, before you go out and you get all this stuff and you get the bags and whatever, make sure your home has food, make sure your home has water, make sure, anything like that. You always want to build on your home first and then go up from there. Some people start with the bug out bag, and I think that's okay. The only problem, however, is what's your family going to do? What's your kids going to do? What's your wife going to do? They can't all fit in the one sleeping bag you have. They can't all fit in the one tent you have. So when you're doing it that way, this is for individual. But you have to take concern for your family first before you move on to the other tiers. But the reason why it is Tier 5 is because that is going to be the one that takes the longest to do. Tier 1, realistically, most of us already have our EDC picked out. So it's not too much of a problem. Most of us do carry a firearm. Most of us do have our wallet, our keys, our phone. Not too much of an issue. Building off of that might be a couple extra dollars here and there. Building a bag like a small satch pack or something like that might take a little bit more time, but you can probably do it in one or two little quick sittings. The bug out bag is going to be something that is going to take more time. So it actually progresses in time instead of in importance. Because for me, I think that Tier 1 is best for your personal security, but I think Tier 5 is the overall for your longevity of living in an SHTF situation. So when you take that into consideration, it should be in order. It should be your Tier 1 is taken care of, then your Tier 5, and then 2, 3, and 4. All right, guys, so that's all we got for you today. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some things to think about, maybe give you guys some good ideas on things you want to add to your personal preps, and we'll see you guys next time. And remember, death is the rule, but survival is the exception. We'll see you next time.